Okay. Starting off with cold skills, ladies and gents, we have Cold Enchant. This is a level 1 skill, and you can enchant your friends. Unless you don't want to be enchanted. Apparently. Well, I think Cold Enchant is a work in progress, but they will be able to enchant your friends with cold damage, as you can see. And then with Chilling Armor, you gain the benefit of 25% cold damage per level at the moment. Numbers are subject to change. Then we have Ice Bolt. Now, the cool thing about the Cold Tree now is Ice Bolt is a synergy for everything. So if you want to go Frost Nova, you can start off with Ice Bolt. If you want to go Ice Barrage, start off with Ice Bolt. Blizzard, Frozen Orb, etc. Even Ice Blast. I guess not for Glacial Spike, but, you know. You kind of build into Ice Barrage, not necessarily Glacial Spike as an endgame skill. But yeah, Ice Bolt, you know, it's kind of the same thing. It just has higher damage. Let's take a look real quick at the sheet. But Cold, shorter cooldown on Frozen Orb. I believe there's no cooldown. I didn't think there was a cooldown. Or maybe it's just shorter. I don't know. But it's definitely spammable. I can tell you that. Blizzard, yeah, there's more density with Blizzard. And Ice Bolt, faster missile speed. Ice Blast, oh, it pierces. I didn't actually know that. Faster missiles. I'm glad we're checking the sheet. Ice Barrage, AoE impact that chills. Additional missiles, yep, okay. And it's shotguns. I'll show you these things again. Can use enchant and fire and cold enchant together. Chilling Armor creates single blizzard spike per counter ranged attack. Chills melee unsuccessful strike. High pierce, low damage on Cold Mastery. So those are the things that have been changed, at least on the sheet. Yeah, then we have... Let's show Ice Blast. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen Ice Blast before. But apparently it pierces now, which is kind of cool. This is a synergy for Frozen Orb. And Frozen Orb actually has been, when I tested it, actually late game viable, which is pretty cool. It's kind of on par with Blizzard. Then we have Frost Nova, which is a decent early leveling skill. Glacial Spike, and this chills, like this freezes monsters entirely. Let's like give an example to that. So yeah, it freezes everything. So it's kind of like a nice CC skill. So Ice Bolts, it goes up to 5 here. It's shotguns. It's actually pretty strong for like boss killing. But like you aim far away and the group closes up. And you aim close and it spreads out. But mostly it's for single target. The synergies for Ice Barrage are Ice Bolt and Glacial Spike. And then we put in points for like Cold Mastery and stuff. I've played with it and it's pretty fun. The latest iteration of the build, it felt a little bit underwhelming as far as like quickly clearing things, but I think Senpai's gonna balance it out again and it'll be really nice. There's gonna be a lot of damage on single target, that's for sure. You'll be like shredding dudes. Then we have Blizzard. Let's take a look at Blizzard. There's like more projectiles with Blizzard here. And the cooldown is a lot faster, as you can see. It's a little bit more spammable. We have Frozen Orb as well. Okay, it does have a cooldown still, but it's way more spammable, as you can see. We already went Frost Nova, Cold Mastery. Increases the damage of your cold attacks by piercing enemies' resistances. So there's Pierce, and it also gives overall cold damage to your cold skills. So you'll be maxing this out, as well as your like main cold skill if you're going to go cold skills. Shiver Armor. So they changed Chilling Armor and Shiver Armor. Let's see how they worded the Chilling Armor or the Shiver Armor. So Chilling Armor creates single Blizzard Spike when they counter a ranged attack, which is really cool. I actually really like that change. And that chills monsters when they melee hit you. And then Shiver Armor freezes and damages enemies that hit you. So I guess it doesn't freeze them, but it chills them. Synergies with Cold Enchant and Chilling Armor. So you could put a bunch of damage in this. Maybe it could be like a passive Sorc, honestly. Like, because there's so many synergies here. Like, you could just be an enchant, passive, support, sorceress. To lightning skills. Now we have lightning down here. Thunderstorm. It now casts Nova. Time between attack goes down with increased skills. Which is kind of cool. Reduces life to 50% in normal, 65 nightmare, and 80 in hell with static. Minus per soft point. I believe it's a little different on the enemy lightning resist now. But it can break immunities with static field. It's pretty strong. And it's always at like 9 yards or something like that currently. Static is actually a really nice change. I really like the way it feels. But yeah, it's 9.3 yards, and I believe that's the case, even when you put 1 point into it. So it's like a 1-point wonder at the start of the game, in normal. So you don't have to like invest a whole bunch. And it has this thing, where see, they have the little like lightning thing above them. That means they have lore resist. And as you can see, because I have a bunch of points into this, it's doing minus 17. Well, I guess it's not lower resist. Lower enemy lightning resist. So it lasts for 5 seconds, as you can see, and you put more points into it. That's the benefit of putting more points into static field, is now you get more minus lightning resist. So early on, if you want to play light sorceress before you get infinity, you can actually do that now. And it can break some immunities. Teleport is now moved to lightning frames. I'm just going to talk about that real quick. Kind of jumping a little bit over here. But it's moved to lightning frames. And is also minus 50%. Or I guess in this scenario, 49% damage reduction when right after you teleport. So as you can see, like when I teleport, I have like this circle that goes around me for 1 second. And that's damage reduction. So like, let's put a frozen orb on left click. I teleport. I do half damage for 1 second. So you can't just tele stomp things as a sorceress anymore. And it's on lightning frames, like I was saying. So gotta be aware of that. You can't just like, you know, no brain teleport anymore. Telekinesis actually does damage now. In the early game, you can level with telekinesis, and then the synergies for Nova are you can put points in the charge bolt, and charge bolt kind of feels like vanilla, but you can put points into those, and Nova has synergies, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, you could actually go telekinesis, Nova, and actually like run a telekinesis build. That would be interesting. Kind of a meme build, but maybe people will actually be running that. Then we have lightning. Kind of works just like in But yeah, telekinesis, you know, you can pick things up with telekinesis. You can telekinesis waypoints. You can pick up the scroll with telekinesis. We gotta respec those so we can show some of this stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, let me mention something about teleport real quick. So teleport, the more hard points you put into it, the less the minus damage will be. So it goes down to minus 30 now when you put 20 hard points in. So I personally will never do that, most likely. But it reduces the damage and reduces the mana cost. Energy Shield is level 30 skill. Yeah, basically when you get hit or take damage, you start to take damage through your mana pool, and instead of like health straight up. And it receives synergy from telekinesis and becomes more efficient with its absorb. So let's show Charge Bolt real quick. So that's Charge Bolt. And then we have Nova. And Nova kind of looks the same. But the cool thing about Nova is now it has synergies. And then Thunderstorm. Epilepsy warning, Kappa. But Thunderstorm has a Nova, dude. Has a freaking Nova. I guess it didn't show that time when it was off screen. But see the little Nova? And the more points you put in, see how it says delay? The delay goes down to 1 second. So there'll be like 1 per second, I believe. I believe that's how it works. See? Isn't that cool? So, Thunderstorm now has a Nova, which is, I honestly really like that chain. Okay, then we got Chain Lightning. Everybody knows what Chain Lightning is. Yeah, Chain Lightning. Then you have Lightning, which is basically the exact same thing as it was in vanilla. Damage has been balanced. But it shoots a straight line of lightning. A lot more damage than Chain Lightning, but it doesn't, you know, chain like Chain Lightning does. Then we have Lightning Mastery, which is basically just a huge increase in lightning damage. And you're going to be using this if you plan on just putting a bunch of points into lightning damage skills. But on to fire skills, as we were talking about. So we have Warmth that gives attack rating. We have Firebolt. And Firebolt receives synergies from Fireball and Combustion. And basically just what happens with Firebolt is you just get more flat damage every time you put a point in. And this is what Firebolt looks like, if you're not familiar. It's a little Firebolt. It doesn't do AoE, it's purely just like a single target hit, similar to Ice Bolt. But like Fire's version of it. Then we have Inferno, which I believe has been reworked, so that way, yeah, it goes like way farther. It goes farther and travels faster. It'll be a leveling skill for, I believe, Meteor. Yeah. So it'll be its leveling skill for Meteor. Firebolt pierces, I'm pretty sure. Let me check. I don't see anything about a Firebolt pierce. So, as we can see here, we have Inferno, faster spray speed. We have Firewall, reduced duration and reduced cooldown. So you can spam Firewall a bit more, but it doesn't last as long. So you're not going to lag the game out as much. Combustion. Add for Fireball synergy, long cooldown, AoE burst Fireball. I'll show you that in a sec. Lesser Hydra and Hydra. Lesser shoots fire bolts, and greater or regular Hydra uses fireballs, and I'll show that. We have Fire Mastery. This gives just more damage. And apparently Pierce? Maybe. No. Okay, so it's Pierce similar to like Cold Mastery. Fire Mastery has the Pierce and the fire damage. So that's cool. And then Warmth has that attack rating bonus. We have Blaze. I don't know if this is good or not. I personally didn't test it, but basically, you know, you cast it and there's a line of fire behind you. I didn't really play Fire Sork yet. Then we have Firewall. Now we can like spell things in the ground. Oh, maybe not, because the duration goes away fast. But yeah. Less cooldown, but the duration is a little bit smaller. Then we have Fireball. Everybody knows Fireball as like an AoE to it. Fireball is a fantastic skill in LOD, but it hits multiple targets. Then we have Meteor. Regular damage. It's like physical damage. We also do fire damage here. And we do burning damage. Now let's take a look at Meteor. So it's like a super fast response, which honestly looks super sick, dude. Like this is pretty cool. God damn you, Merc. Still in the show. Strip you of your gear. Tornadoes aren't affected by my aura. Yeah, I love the fast meteors. That's super sick. And then we have... oh wait, I'll just go over the synergies, I guess, real quick. But basically, Fireball gives it physical damage. Firewall gives it average burning damage, which makes a ton of sense. Same thing with the Inferno. And then physical damage also comes from the Inferno. So Meteor has its kind of own build now, which is kind of cool. It's not necessarily just a hybrid skill now. Combustion. This is probably my favorite. Combustion, like, when I first tried it in beta, when I first tried Combustion beta, I was like, this is cool, it has potential. But then I think it was Knight or something, one of the devs, added more projectiles to it. And watch it now, dude. It's freaking awesome, dude. So I'm actually like using this build, or using Combustion as a hybrid. In the end game. Isn't that sick, dude? So yeah, that's Combustion. Combustion, if you wanted to go like Combustion route for damage, you have Firebolt and Fireball, and then you put points in for more damage. Yeah, but Combustion is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. Yeah, before it was like a Fire Shrine, and now it's like twice the Fire Shrine. It's like 2 times as many projectiles. It feels amazing. So now we have Lesser Hydra, and this is something I'm actually kind of excited about. I haven't tested it yet, which is sad, but I'm planning on trying a Hydra Sorceress out. But basically the skill tree goes, you go Firebolt, Lesser Hydra receives a synergy from that, and then you can use Lesser Hydra, which transfers into Hydra later at level 30. But Lesser Hydra, they don't have like the little burning things around them, but they shoot fire bolts, which are apparently going to be really good for like single target. And this is available at level 12. It doesn't have a cooldown, so I can spam it based on FCR, and that's pretty cool. Then we have Fireball Hydra, which is basically just Hydra. And they see how they like burn more? Their graphic burns a little bit more. So we have like Firebolt Hydra, Fireball Hydra. And these guys shoot AoE. Yeah, okay. Alright, I don't feel as bad now. Thank you for confirming that. But yeah, Fireball Hydra is pretty sick. Back to enchant real quick. Enchant fire. It's similar to where we talked about earlier with cold. I mean, it's the old enchant, pretty much. It gives you attack rating. It gives you fire damage to whoever you want to enchant, you know. So that's pretty much the Sorceress. You really want cold Hydra? Oh my god, dude. Mind blown. That would be sick. That would actually be sick. I'm 100% down with that.